If you take sugar and you put it into a fuel system, it will ruin a diesel engine really, really fast. And what it does, it goes through, it dissolves, and when it hits the cylinder walls, it turns into candy. It just becomes, it just glues, and it turns into a gummy mess, and the rings stick, and it seizes. This particular tractor did not seize. The only reason it didn't seize is because they used sugar cubes. And the sugar cubes takes a lot of temperature to dissolve a sugar cube. And what happened was the sugar cubes kind of broke down, and they plugged up the fuel filter before they dissolved enough to do severe damage to the engine. I'm not crazy enough to tell you that it didn't damage the engine, but it didn't seize the engine. So it was a very lucky thing. Yes. What's? No. They would just sit there, and you'd shake it up, and they would kind of break down, but they won't. You take a cup of coffee that's not extremely hot, put sugar cubes in it. What's it do? I mean, it sits on the bottom, and you got to like stir it up. I mean, it's got to be hot before they really dissolve. So the intention was to seize the engine. Because of a sugar cube, it didn't work real well. So, but that's, we pulled it off, and it actually had, it was a mountain, and we thought it was sand. But the application the tractor was used in wasn't anywhere close to sand of any sort. And then one of the students tasted it. That's why I asked if he tasted it. I couldn't believe he tasted it. It tastes like diesel fuel and sugar, you know. So I'm like, okay, I'll take your word for it. So it was sugar. But what got me, I thought it was sand. But if you rub it between your fingers, it breaks down. Sand will not break down. So I thought maybe it was glass bead or sand or something, but it was sugar. High octane fuel is not going to help a low compression ratio engine. If you take a Briggs & Stratton, a cheap low-end Briggs & Stratton, and you run high octane fuel, you're wasting money. And the same thing with a car. If you have an old car that's wore out, you're wasting money. If you have a new car, high compression, yeah, it would be worth it. So you'll reduce some of the problems and a lot of the emissions. It'll reduce the breakdown of your oil because it won't pollute them as much, and it will extend the life of your engine to a point. How much sugar? I have no idea. And I never wanted to find out what sugar looked like in a filter. It was not what I wanted. Okay. So that's diesel.